Have you been waiting for eternity for your AdSense PIN to arrive? Maybe because of the location you find yourself, and all to no avail. You've waited for months and your account is about getting to the point whereby it will be disabled and you've not seen your PIN. Well, you are not left out. I'm sure you face frustrations from people, even from colleagues, friends that might have told you that, hey, you should forget about it, that you won't ever receive your AdSense PIN based on your location. But that is a blatant lie. Google is still sending out AdSense PIN for address verification up till date, and there are things that you should do that should make it possible for you to arrive fast in your destination. Like, for example, I find myself, or I'm in Nigeria at the moment, and I've applied severally for AdSense PIN for people, and they have arrived. And there are two things I told them that they should do that they have been doing, and it's worked perfectly for them. And that's what I'll be sharing with you in this video. And also, if you want to get started in blogging or maybe YouTubing, and you want to become a YouTube partner program whereby you now be entitled to any revenue via Google YouTube AdSense, or if you want to own a blog and you don't know how to get started, you can go to the comment section and ask your question, then I'll put you through. Then in no distant time you get yourself approved in Google AdSense, you get your PIN verified, and also you start earning on either your blogging or your YouTube platform. Now, what's the purpose or what's the reason behind Google sending you a PIN to your address so that you get verified? And like we all know, there are two-step verification which you will do whenever you own a Google AdSense account. The first one is your identity verification, which you have to upload your identity card. That's a government-approved identity card to the platform. Then the people will now approve it. Then the second one is your address verification. So the address verification is quite important because Google or Google AdSense would like to know the person they are sending, or which is any revenue from their system. Yes, while filling your account profile information, you imputed the address, your resident, and your country. So they would like to know the person where you reside. If it is true that you're actually residing in that very country, you imputed in the account and profile information. So that's the reason why they will have to send a verification PIN, which is normally a 6-digit PIN, to that very address whereby you reside. So once you receive the PIN, you have to impute it to your account, then you automatically get verified. So the purpose of sending the PIN is to know if the person which is earning revenue from the system is actually residing in that particular country he or she imputed while opening an AdSense account. Now, these two things which I shall be revealing to you, which you should do so in order for you to receive the AdSense PIN in your hand, wherever the country you are. Like I said, I'm in Nigeria, but this people also complain, people that reside in some parts of Asia, that they are not getting the AdSense PIN. So these two things is important if you've not used your if you've not requested for PIN 4 times. In your AdSense dashboard you can actually request for PIN 4 times, but if you've exhausted your 4 requests, then there's this thing that I'm about to explain in this video might not be important to you. So what you should do if you've exhausted your 4 requests, you can actually go to your account profile. You see a portion where it says learn more. Once you click learn more, which is above the verification place, once you click on it, you now take you to a portion whereby you now do for your carry out the PIN troubleshooter, and at the last stage they'll now request you for you to upload a document which have that residential address that is in your account profile information. So you have to upload the document if you've exhausted your 4 PIN requests. But if you've not done that, then these 2 important things that I'll be revealing to you in this video might be beneficial, so that you do it and your next request, you'll actually get your PIN received right in your doorsteps, whether in Nigeria, in any country whereby you're facing difficulty receiving your AdSense PIN. So what actually prompted me to make this video to assist you? During the weekend, I actually received a message from someone in a WhatsApp group. The person sent me a message, an image, as you can see from the display. The image on the WhatsApp, it contains the Google AdSense envelope sent. And hey, I noticed immediately that yes, this is a name that is used in the application. And I immediately the person say, "Good day. Has the letter arrived Umuahia yet?" Umuahia is actually where I'm at the moment in Abia State in Nigeria, and I believe this letter, whenever they send letter from abroad, it normally arrives at Lagos first before it will be dispatched to other state or other part of the country. So that's the main reason why I asked this person this question. So he replied no, and he simply said no. Then I said, please, I would like to receive the PIN as soon as possible. And we did we talked for a while. Then at the end, he actually sent this let me send the second image. You now send this, which contains the pin, and I uploaded it on the AdSense, and I verified it smoothly. Now, what did I do that actually made this person to notify or to actually contact me? Like you all know, in your normal AdSense letter, the phone number is normally included. It's not included, I mean, in during the application. So they have to send a letter. They just have your name and the address, and I believe the officers in the post office will have to deliver the email to your doorstep. But we know that's not the way it is in Nigeria. So what are the two things that you should do whenever you want to get your AdSense PIN, or you want to receive your AdSense PIN fast in Nigeria? Like, remember, whenever you requested for a new PIN, Google will always tell you or prompt you that the email, yes, containing your PIN will have to arrive in 3 weeks time. And yes, they normally keep to time. That 3 weeks is 3 weeks, which is 21 days. And I did this practically, and I noticed that yes, this PIN arrived in 21 days when I got this message from this very person. So what did I do? Before you proceed, like I said earlier on, AdSense verification is just for them to know, yes, that the person is residing in a particular address in that country which he or she filled while opening an account. So before you fill the account, or maybe you've made the mistake earlier on, ensure that first of all you Google your right zip code. You can actually find various Nigerian postal codes online. Just Google Nigerian postal codes, and the various result that will appear on the search engine. I simply click on any one. Ensure that you enter appropriately or correctly the postal code of the location you find yourself. So that's the reason why you go to there. You see the various local governments in various cities in Nigeria, in various states in Nigeria. Enter the right postal code, because that is where they will be sending your letter to. From Google, send it to Nigeria. Google doesn't know anywhere in Nigeria. So there is the NIPOST, that's the Nigerian Postal Service in Nigeria, that will now start separating mails depending on the postal code. So ensure that you Google your right postal code and input that number. If your address is this, and then you write the address correctly, then the portion of postal code you leave it empty, be rest assured that you will not get your PIN. Now, the next thing I did was that in the second line, the second address line, whenever you log into your window, this time I will move to my laptop, as you can see behind, and I'll show you the steps how you do it or you carry out. If you've made this mistake earlier and you have to correct yourself now, then I'll show you that in no distant time. We'll be moving to my laptop. So in the second line, you have to input your phone number, and that's the phone number this person actually used to contact me and send me this WhatsApp message carrying out whereby we now carried out the transaction, and he gave me my AdSense PIN just within minutes, with no distant time, because I told the person I wouldn't want to wait any longer for it to be transported down from Lagos down to Umai, because I believe it might take weeks and I'll be waiting for it. But since it's urgent, I just told the person he can go ahead and send it to me via WhatsApp, which he did. So you have to, like I said, the two important things: enter your address correctly, and you can do that by Googling or searching for your correct zip codes on the internet, then input it in the portion that says zip code or postal code. I'm actually using them interchangeably because they mean the same thing. Input the right postal code. If you're in Nigeria, if you're abroad or wherever, you put your right zip code. So that's why I said I'm using it interchangeably. It depends on what you call it in your country. So input the right zip code, and then address line 2, make sure you include your phone number, because that's where the post office will actually use to contact you, because I believe they don't have the time delivering emails to various destinations, to various houses. So do that, and I believe the two things you actually make you arrive faster. So like I said earlier, if you've requested 4 times, just do the first method I talked about. But if you've requested maybe like 1 or 2 times remaining, you still have 2 other options. Now, before you try out the third option, do what I'm actually going to show you in my laptop screen. So now let's move down there and let me show you what you will do. So now let's get started. So now I am in my laptop view, and the very account I told you I verified during the weekend is the one that I've logged in, and as you can see in the dashboard, first of all is the YouTube account. Let's switch over. See, I've earned $28.66 on this very account, and that's why it is due for verification. Now let's go to the verification check to compare if it is true what I just told you some few minutes ago. As you can see, the identity verification is complete, and also the address verification is also complete, which I did just on Saturday, which is 3 days ago. Now, since you already know the 2 important things you should do to actually get your AdSense PIN, and for you to receive your AdSense PIN fast in Nigeria or wherever country you find yourself if you're having difficulty for these few weeks. And now let's head to what you should, like I told you, is to input the right address or information on the address. So before we proceed, if you're already liking this video and you want to be part of this channel, you can simply hit the subscribe button, also turn on the bell notification so that I get notified whenever I put up another tutorial based video just like this. Plugin for Tech is the name of this channel, and we do dish out tutorials periodically that are needed for you. They're all technologically related, and I believe they shall be beneficial. Now, since you've done that, now let's head over to the payment information. Now you want to edit it because you believe that the information you've been placing before now is not correct. And like I told you before you proceed, actually go to the internet, search for your postal code, then you input it properly. Now we've gotten to this portion. Remember, I want to edit the address, so now click on manage settings. Now at this portion you can see, let's scroll down a bit, you see various information. Now all you have to do now is to scroll down to where the portion that says address. As you can see, you click on edit, the edit icon. Now this, like I told you, you see three various fields where you have your address line 1, address line 2, your suburb, your city, your postal code. This is the postal code I told you should get from Google and make sure they are correct, and also input your state of residence anywhere in Nigeria, choose the correct state, and include the phone number of this very account. That one is needed. Now like I told you, I got a call during the weekend from the officers working in the post office, NIPOS here in Nigeria. So as you can see, if you noticed, in the address line 1, I actually imputed my correct address, which is where I reside or where the person resides. And then you see address line 2, there is something here which is not supposed to be here, but I actually included the phone number. And if you could remember, this is the very phone number that the officers or the person in charge or the person that received the mail in the post office right there in Lagos actually used to contact me via WhatsApp. This number is actually on WhatsApp. So if you want to put the number here, make sure the number is on WhatsApp, because they might not have the time to call you because they believe they will prefer sending you the PIN via WhatsApp. So include the number here, and once you've done that, click save. I don't actually do. Once you've done that, scroll down a bit. To get the scroll down. Once you've done that and you've made the necessary edits, remember, include the line 1 should be your correct address, then the line 2 just input your phone number. So once you've done that, let's go back and let me show you how it will look like. Let's go to the payment portion and payment information, and let's go back to the manage settings. And this is now, scroll down to the portion where you find the address. As you can see, this is the very way your address will now display on that mail, just like the one I showed you a few minutes ago. You see the line 1 is your address, your correct address, and the line 2 is your phone number. So ensure you input your phone number, and as you can see, the second or the third line is your zip code, and this the city and the state you reside in, and this is the country, Nigeria. This is the phone number of the account, which is not, this won't display on your email letter. So ensure on your line 2, once you're editing the address, that you put your phone number, which might be the number you always use and the number that is on WhatsApp, and that's what they will use to contact you. So once you've done that, rest assured that you get or you receive your AdSense PIN right here in Nigeria in no distant time. So you know the step from the laptop. I'm showing you from the laptop view. So go ahead and input it and let's get started. So I believe you've learned the step that I've just showed you from a laptop view. Believe me, once you do these things, in less than 3 weeks, you actually receive your AdSense PIN and you enter your PIN, then your account will be fully verified. So we've come to the end of this video. If you find it informative enough, kindly give it a thumbs up, and also share this video to your various colleagues that have been facing this frustration via AdSense, that there is now a solution for them to actually follow and get the account verified in no distant time. So like I said, if you want to kickstart a new blog, if you want to ask any question concerning Google AdSense verification, how to get started, how to get approved faster, go to the comment section, ask your question, and I'll attend to them speedily. So we've come to the end of this video. Remember, if you've not yet hitting the subscribe button, can you do that before you move, and so that you become part of the family. So we'll see you in my next video. Ciao and bye bye for now.